Welcome to Reddit Tea Time. My husband and I have a 7-year-old daughter together, Layla. A few months ago, Layla got a boyfriend, Lucas. They're both 7, so it's obviously not a relationship. They just hold hands sometimes and they draw each other hearts for Valentine's Day. This week, Layla was apparently holding hands with another boy who also sent Layla a Valentine's Day love letter, and Lucas took offense to it. We found out because Lucas's parents called to tell us Lucas won't be coming over to us this Saturday like it was originally planned because he's mad at Layla. My husband wants us to punish Layla and wants me to have a talk with her about faithfulness. At first, I thought he was joking, but no, he was serious. He says that Layla cheated on Lucas and I, as her mother, should do something about it. I told my husband that Layla is 7, not a cheater, and I won't treat her as such. He then accused me of raising a cheater and encouraging the bad behavior. Am I the bonehead for not wanting to punish Layla? Now for some comments. Not the bonehead. This is beyond ridiculous. These kids are 7 years old. There can be no cheating if the people involved are not in a committed relationship. How stupid to suggest that these 2 little kids are in any way in that type of relationship. They're friends. By my lights, to punish your daughter in this situation would be crazy and wrong. I would just talk to her in simple terms about trying not to hurt a friend's feelings. Good Lord, punishing her is extreme. But having a little chat with her about why Lucas is upset would seem like a good idea. Not the bonehead for not wanting to punish her. What is wrong with the comments here? WTF, she learns cheating is wrong by losing Lucas as a friend, and not by punishing her through her parents. You don't punish your kids for stuff like that. Not the bonehead. She's 7. It's ridiculous to call her a cheater. At the same time, you can sit her down and explain why Lucas is upset and doesn't want to see her. That's more than enough of a lesson. Not the bonehead. Am I the bonehead for not accepting that my mother's new man is my dad's brother? My mother had me and my sister with my father. She had an affair with his youngest brother, which resulted in my brother. My dad raised him, paid child support for him, and at 18, he was told he wasn't his child by my mother. My mother changed, or so we thought, and had been a totally different person for 30 years. 30 years go on, and now she's divorced again, and now seeing my father's other brother, my uncle. None of us kids are okay with this, and we're all flipping out over it. We will never accept it. My children will never be involved in her life as long as she has this going on, because they will not have an Uncle Papa. Like what? Am I the bonehead? Now for some comments. Not the bonehead. So is your brother also your cousin? Your mom is a bonehead for making me have this question. What did I just read? Not the bonehead. There's something really wrong with your mother. What is her obsession with men from that family? I'd run far and fast. OP replied, I agree. Like, this isn't normal behavior. It's not like they have money running out of their ears or hung like a horse. Is your mother the family bicycle? She's gross, not the bonehead. OP replied, oh my god, this just cracked me up. She is gross. I, 25 female, rent a 3-bedroom house. At the back, there's a garden. Then there's a business car park which fits around 100 cars. The business itself is a 5-minute walk away. I have 2 sisters who come over regularly. One doesn't matter in this situation because when she goes for baths or showers, she will shut either the door or pull down the blinds before she goes for the bath. This may or may not be relevant, but my bedroom is at the front of the house. My office at the top of the house, and the guest bedroom, which I often call my sister's bedroom, is at the back of the house. Anyway, my days are mostly Mondays and Tuesdays, but sometimes I can change depending on my company. My sisters often come to see me on my day off and sometimes stay the night. The business that owns the car park has a fire alarm test every Monday at 2 p.m., and the meeting point is the car park. My sister A knows about the fire alarm test and she regularly goes for a shower or bath just before the fire alarm test. A never shuts the blind and door and will often walk in and out of the bedroom completely naked. Most of the time, she does this when all the staff are outside and there seems to be 200 or 300 staff. The fire alarm test also lasts for half an hour. I've asked A to pull down the blind or keep the door shut if she's going for a bath, and she never does. She said she doesn't see why she should, as she doesn't see a problem. I feel uncomfortable, and I've noticed a few of the staff watching my sister enter the room naked. Last Monday, the usual fire alarm test happened, and A had just gotten out of the shower at around 2:10. She walked into the room completely naked and went to put on a fresh set of clothes. I went upstairs and saw the blind was still up. I went to pull it down and saw some people, again, looking. What made me snap was that there was this one guy in his mid-50s looking like he was texting on his phone, but I saw him keep peeking up at my sister. After I saw him, I finally snapped and I told her she needed to start bringing her clothes into the bathroom and change there. Either keep the blind down or at least come in with a bath towel covering her private bits. Otherwise, she's not welcome here until she starts changing. My sister didn't believe it. She asked if she could come around, and I said no. Unless she decided to have a shower or bath, stay in the bathroom to get changed and keep the blind down, or at least wear a towel. She started arguing with me that I was being sexist because if it was a man, I wouldn't be bothered about it, and that's not the case. I would be bothered about it, and if it was a man, I would say the same thing. Am I the bonehead? Now for some comments. Not the bonehead. She's an exhibitionist. She wants people to see her. Don't let her shower at your place anymore. You could get kicked off your lease if someone complains to your landlord. Oh, good. Now you have a car park of possible voyeurs being trained to look at your house, hoping to get a peek. And your sister is probably on the internet somewhere right now. Guy on the phone texting and looking up at the house, you know that phone has a camera, right? Your sister has an exhibition fetish and a blatant disregard for your safety. Ban her from your bathroom. What the hell, can't she bathe and change clothes somewhere else? Not the bonehead for asking her to close the damn blinds if she wants to prance around naked in front of the windows in the middle of the day when she knows good and well that hundreds of people are standing just outside. Not the bonehead. I'm thinking your sister enjoys it, and this is her kink. The problem is that she's doing it in your house. So the inevitable throng of overcoat dad men who will rock up at 2 p.m. on a Monday for a free show will soon begin spunking up your yard. If she insists on doing this, then she's responsible for hosing off the window afterward. Also, you could charge money for the peep show. My husband and I have been together 8 years and have 2 toddlers. Sister-in-law has a new boyfriend that's been in her friend group for several years. They live several hours away, so usually when she comes to visit, she stays at our home. My problem is that her new boyfriend actively dislikes children. I don't care if you don't want kids. I get that. He dislikes them to the point he'll go outside to be away from them or actively complain to her about not wanting to have to be around kids. I overheard this earlier today. She shut it down real quick, which I do appreciate. It makes me uncomfortable to have someone that feels that way in our home. They're tiny people deserving of respect, especially in their own home. However, if I make a fuss about this, sister-in-law will almost certainly not visit us anymore, and my husband enjoys them coming a couple of times a year. They get together and play board games that he wouldn't otherwise play. I feel like he should just go there to visit them. Now for some comments. Not the bonehead, and this is coming from someone who really dislikes kids. This guy is knowingly and willingly going into a home with children and then behaves this way? Nope. Those kids are in their own home, and does he think they should be crated until he leaves? That's not how families work. He can willingly go to your house and suck it up, or he can decide not to visit and or stay in a hotel. Not the bonehead. Kids aren't dumb. They know when someone actively despises them. If I felt that I had to keep my kids away from someone in their own home for no other reason than that person doesn't like kids, that person wouldn't be in my home. Is there some reason they can't stay in a hotel? Not the bonehead, but feels like there are 2 different issues. Him not liking kids and complaining about them is separate to you having to keep the kids in another room due to choking hazards from the board games. One is him being a bonehead. The other is common sense safety, and you'd still be doing the same thing if there were other people playing with your husband. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. If you like these stories, please consider subscribing. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next Reddit story. In the meantime, please take care of yourself. Bye for now.